Alright, today we're going to solve a relatively simple circuit, but the scenario is going to be, at least at first, maybe not apparent and simple. So let me just throw in some values here. Let me get my pen. So I'm going to say that our power supply is 9 volts. We have a R1 resistor of 1.2 kilo ohms and an R2 resistor of 1.8 kilo ohms, and our R3 is unknown, but what we do know is the current. So the IR3 current will be 3.313 milliamps. Alright, so this scenario provides a little bit more of a challenge than just having all the resistors known. So we won't be able to, at least not quickly and easily, solve this with ordinary Ohm's law, series, or parallel rules. The skill here, using Kirchhoff's analysis and algebra and substitution, the skill here is to start looking at circuits and looking at relationships and figuring out how you can make your life easier by through substitution or just using mathematical relationships. There's much more complicated circuits in which if you have that skill kind of available to you, you will have a better time with your troubleshooting or analysis life. So let's just take a look at this and see what we're going to do. So the first thing that I'll do is I fall back on my Kirchhoff's laws. So I look at loops and try to see the voltage relationships. So I'll create a Kirchhoff voltage loop equation for each loop and explore those relationships, and then I'll look at my nodes. I've got 2 nodes here, and then for those nodes I'll look at Kirchhoff's current law and explore those relationships. And then basically using those equations I will figure out which one I like or which one is starting to make sense to me, and I will attempt to solve for the unknowns and try to crack loose enough information to solve the entire circuit. So first things first, let's look at the loops. So I have a loop here where my power supply is, and I've got R1, R2, and my power supply in this loop here on the left. I have this R2, R3 loop, this parallel network here. Okay, so then I also have my outside loop. So I have minus 9 volts plus R1 plus R3 and back to 0. So I'm going to go ahead and just very detailed go through those loops and create some equations, and let's see if something starts becoming apparent. I'll explain the loop process as I go.